So I went, eh?
So, carry on.
Yeah, no, my turn.
Yeah.
So, I went to Collins Music Hall at Islington when I was demobbed. I went to the manager and he said, "What do you want?" I said, "I'd like to go on the stage, sir." He said, "Well, what do you do?" I said, "I've done troupe concerts in hospitals and things like that." Now, he said, "There's stars coming out of you. You don't stand a chance." So I became that man's shadow for 3 weeks, really. I took a room nearby, well, cellar, and I became his shadow. I mean, if he was in the bar and he lifted a pint of beer to his mouth, my head was under his arm. Until eventually he said, "Look, if I let you go on First House," because it was twice nightly in those days, "if I let you go on First House and you're no good, will you promise to go away and leave me alone?" And I said, "OK." So I went on. Oh, dead scared I was. But I went on First House. And at the end of the show, nobody came around and said, "Well done." But the important thing, nobody came around and said, "Get out."
Yeah.
So I did Second House as well. And by Wednesday, an agent came in and booked me for the Portsmouth Coliseum.
And so that was it?
And Friday, another one came in and booked me for the Grand Theatre Basingstoke. You see, I never forget those things. Yeah. And I started to work hard, and I used to work and practice and rehearse for 12, 14 hours a day, every day.
So tell me, how your little man with the hat and the tight suit, who I didn't know was called the Gump, how was he born and who named him? Well, in 1947, I started, that by the way, the Collins Music Hall was at 6:15 on December the 17th, 1945. That was my first professional appearance, see? Etched on your brain.
Yeah, that's there. So, but by early 1947, I had been booked at a concert, a summer season at Scarborough. And I was sharing a dressing room with a conjurer. And we used to do a different show every week. And I'd got the material for the 4 shows, you know, because I was only in about 10 or 15 minutes each show. But this conjurer was having difficulty with his last show. And he said, "I'll tell you what, Norman, if I ask someone to come up from the audience to help me do the tricks, it could be you." I said, "Yeah, all right then." He said, "Dress scruffy." I said, "OK." So I went out and I bought a suit for 30 shillings. Well, that's about 50p in it now. So, suit for 30 shillings and a cap for 1 shilling. And when he invited someone up from the audience, that was me. I came up, and it worked so well. We were booked back at the London Casino at the end of that season as a double act. We did well, but he didn't want to be a double act, neither did I. He wanted to go his way, and so did I. But that's how it all started, with the Gump suit. The conjurer's name was David Nixon. Yeah.
You've become an accomplished comedian and an accomplished straight actor. But did you ever just tell a joke straight? I mean, can you just do that?
Oh, yeah, well, when I first started, I used to tell jokes.
Yeah.
But they used to be so funny, I couldn't help laughing at them myself. But,
yeah.
But I'm all right now. I've been practicing now. I never laugh now. I go straight through the joke, and I don't even snigger.
So, could you tell us one?
Well, I've done this before, and I don't want to, you know. But, no, but I've been practicing hard. Yeah. So, well, yes, all right. I'll try. I'll just have a drink of that, yeah. Well, I'll wait. Well, I was walking down the street the other day, and I saw some man laying in the road with his ear to a manhole cover. So I went over to him. I said, "What are you doing down there?" See, I said, "What are you doing down there?" He said, "Here, you have a look." So I got down. I've got to stand up for this now. I was walking down the street the other day, saw some man laying in the road with his ear to a manhole cover. I said, "What are you doing down there?" He says, he says, "You have a listen." So I got It's a funny joke when I tell it. It's about you now. Hey, what do you think of that?
That was wonderful. That was very funny. That was very funny,
I'll finish the joke, yeah.
Oh, you've got to finish it?
I said, he said, "You have a listen." So I got down, I put my head to the manhole cover. I said, "I can't hear anything." He said, "I know." He said, "It's been like that all bloody day."
Listen. Let's pull ourselves together here. Would you like to go and sing us another song? Pull yourself together. We'll want another song now.
All right,
what now? Yes, now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Norman Wisdom sings Falling in Love.
Falling in love is a youthful delight. It starts just before you leave school. It could even start sooner if it weren't for the fact that you're frightened of looking a fool. Then hey presto, there's a change. You begin to feel proud, 'cause you've chosen a partner and you're out of the crowd. Now you hold hands gently to show that you care, and with a shy little kiss you start an affair. Now the first time I fell in love could only be classed as superb. The second affair was also quite nice, but the one I liked best was the third. Although 4 I was sure would be top of the list, it was beaten by 5, 6 and 7. And when 8 was perfection, with all that I wished, number 9 must have dropped in from heaven. And as the list grew bigger, it became just a habit. Any chance of a date, it couldn't wait, I'd just grab it. So I made up my mind to be much more fastidious and try to avoid all the ones that were hideous. Then common sense showed me the way, said I mustn't be greedy no more. Settle down with one only, then never feel lonely, with a wife and some kids I'd adore. Well, I suppose that my age was reaching the stage where the choice had to be more elastic. They were wrinkled and aging, their faces need caging, but to get one at all was fantastic. So I started to court an old hag, 'cause I knew it was time to get wed. But then when I asked it, she said I was past it, and that made me wish I was dead. But I'm still trying hard, and nobody's barred, so I thought that I ought just to mention that with no luck so far, whoever you are, I've got a small house and a pension.
Over the years, Norman, you've made 40 films, and your
How many?
40.
40?
40, and your reputation has spread
I've
worldwide.
made 40?
Yes, you have. You became so...
Well, you tell me, can you nip through the names of them?
No, I can't nip. I knew you two, that you
right.
troublemaker, you. Now, your fame spread worldwide, and it enabled you to meet one of your all-time heroes, Charlie Chaplin, didn't it?
Oh, well, yes. Yeah.
Are you going to tell me, or just say yes?
Well, go on.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
Ask me.
Well, what was it like?
Oh.
How did you
No,
get...
no, I was over in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and this was early on. This was in 1949, my first trip over there. And he was in the studio. He was doing Limelight, and so I just went and to the stage door, sort of thing, and said I'd like to see Mr. Chaplin. And somebody said, "Get out! There's a lot of people want to see Mr. Chaplin." Well, no, he didn't. He said, "Yeah, shove off." He said, "There's a lot of people looking for Mr. Chaplin." And so I went and made a phone call, and I said, "May I speak to Mr. Chaplin?" I give it the voice. I said, "May I speak to Mr. Charles Chaplin?" Thank you. You see, and before